Okay, guys, good evening. It's evening here where I am, so I'm just going to say good evening, but it might be good morning where you are. Anyway, today's topic is concerning an issue which affects many Zimbabweans, and that's the issue of Sadza. Sadza is our staple diet, so to speak. It's something that we've been eating for decades and decades, but obviously we also know that Sadza is something which came from the Americas, that we've not always had Sadza Reufu, but we've had Sadza Rezrio and other forms of grain. So there is a report by a German expert, they call himself an expert, in which he has said that actually Sadza is affecting a lot of Zimbabweans and is probably killing them because of the diseases which are associated with eating Sadza. Okay, but I think the most important thing is to understand what we get from Sadza. So Sadza is mostly carbohydrate, it's mostly starch. So it will give you the same effect as someone who is just feeding on starch, and there are parallels with people with kwashiorkor because they are eating a lot of Sadza. So I think the problem with Sadza is that at the moment it's the cheapest thing that people can get. So they will probably eating too much of the Sadza, and that makes it more likely that their diet is not so balanced. And if their diet is not so balanced, then they're lacking in other nutrients which should be fighting or preventing illnesses. So if they're going to get an illness, probably also because Sadza is starch, and starch is turned to glucose, and glucose is a sugar, and so you're likely to get some health issues with too much glucose, and it's been said to probably affect or cause diabetes. So there are so many things associated with that. But as a scientist, I would say that, look, it all depends on what else you're eating. If you're just eating Sadza on its own, obviously, you're going to get that problem. But if you're diversifying, if you've got a balanced diet, if you have carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, fats, some fiber, and of course water, then you should be okay. And also not to eat anything eaten on a daily basis is likely to cause problems. So you want to try and avoid eating Sadza on a daily basis and probably try to diversify your diet. But we know people are struggling, and maybe it's time for a lot of people to go back to our traditional ways of eating. Eat a lot of fruit, eat a lot of wild fruit, and we should be okay.